Besties, do you have a second? Hey, friend.
Hey, the best squad. It's your girl, Ebony, the best. Guys, let me start by saying everything I'm about to say. It's alleged, all in my opinion, and it's all for entertainment purposes only. So, guys, it is midnight, okay? I was hearing on the YouTube street that he would be out by 11:30, maybe 11:30 his time, but it's midnight our time, so he should have been out. Anyway, coming to you guys because Marceau was having a conversation with Dustin. The conversation, he talked about his situation with Stormy, saying that, Courtney knew that Stormy was wrong, and he probably should have checked her. Talked about Destiny, Sunny situation, feeling that, Dustin, Sunny and what's her husband's name? Moses, they're getting the brunt of it right now. And their situation is probably gonna, this whole situation that's happening to them, that the backlash they're getting, is probably just gonna push them closer. What was interesting is um, he spoke on Martell, and he said the only way that Martell is going to learn, he said he does not agree with a man putting out RP tape on his ex-wife or the mother of his children. He doesn't agree with that, and he said right is right and wrong is wrong. I'm gonna let you guys hear that part of the video, but I'm gonna also let y'all know how he tried to use the millimeters to say that Dustin asked him a question. You know what? Let me let you guys hear the part about him coming from Martell, and then I'm gonna come back with what he said about the millimeters.
But I think this is one of the first times that we just saw a straight up like, yo, we got to go talk to Martell. What's going on? What was it about this most recent situation regarding his arrest that kind of made you and your brother say, look, we got to go check in on him and just like help him to see, what this looks like from our
Well,
POV?
well, you know what, and that honestly goes back to Martell talking about kind of me and female tendencies,
Mm-hmm.
because this is exactly how Martell's fighting. And
Mm-hmm.
Martell is fighting a female with recordings and tell-alls and accusations and trying to take her kids and revenge porn and things like that. And to me is that no matter how I see, this is my unbiased opinion,
Right.
that Mel and I haven't had the best relationship
Right.
in the past, and but right is right and wrong is wrong. And there's to me there's nothing. Well, I imagine there's something, but the lowest of the lows is taking your then wife in the most intimate moment
Yeah.
that you can have, the most vulnerable and sharing moment that you could have, and her trusting and giving you that that tape or whatever,
Yeah.
and then you kind of weaponize that. And like, I, I I can't think of something lower at
Yeah.
that point right there. And you're never going to win. And even someone that thinks like that at that point right there, like I lost respect. I
Yeah.
lost respect at that point. And so now my thing is like there's some things that people do that you can understand and you can cope with, but there's a level that people decide that they want to go to that I can't get down with that. I
Yeah.
can't get down with that, because anybody that would do that in that moment, that means that anything I've ever had that I could ever use against you, I'll use in your most vulnerable state if you push me to that. And I got some people, me and my brother got in the fights all the time.
Mm-hmm.
We don't hit in the face.
Mm-hmm.
You got to
Mm-hmm.
have a line. You got to
Mm-hmm.
have a line. And the line is nothing to do with them. The line is about who you are as a man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so my thing was with him, I think that I tried to tell him, and I tried to tell him over and over and over before when I wanted him to understand and get it. But at this point right now, um, life will teach you.
Yeah.
Life will teach you. Life will teach you. Life will teach you that there actually is a place in society for people who want to send pornographic pictures of their ex-wives out. There's a place for those people.
Yeah.
There's a place that you can actually sit down and think about those decisions.
What's that place?
There's time for you to think about that stuff. There's a reflection place, right? There's a reflection place, and when you go to those places, yeah, it's a little think tank.
Yeah.
It's a place. Maybe I didn't get through to you. Maybe you need your thoughts in this little comfortable concrete place, and that kind of stuff figures it out because you can't do that.
Yeah, but is there a way for him to pivot and maybe make different choices that could show him in a different light at this point?
You have to be consistent in your approach. Martell has to change the identity of who he wants to be as a man, and his standard that he doesn't go down. When they go low, I go lower. Okay, guess what? That's what that when they go lower, when they go low and you go lower, that all that means is you're a follower.
Yeah.
Without standards. That's not a brag. I think that with Martell, I think the challenge that he has is that he's going to lose the thing that and what I was trying to get him to understand, and he's not going to understand. This is the guy that's not going to understand until it actually happens. When he throws that glass against the wall and then he tries to put it back together. The bottom line is he's going to lose the respect of his children talking about their mama.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what we call irreparable damage. Mentioned like that, you know, he was pushed to make the decision to make the threat allegedly that he sent via text message to Melody, and he keeps saying that, you know, when somebody's poking you, but we haven't yet gotten a clear defined occurrence from him, right? We haven't gotten, well, Melody did this or said this or did this and this influenced my choices. What can you tell us that you've seen that may have influenced some of his choices, as bad as they were, obviously? Have we missed something, or is what are we missing here, Marsue?
Y'all, so hear Marcel reasoning for why Martell did what he did. He blamed us.
I will say this, okay? Yeah. I will say that if someone can poke you and make you do what they want you to do, then they're stronger than you are. So all you're confessing to is being a weak-minded person. Okay, that's number one. So you can't allow someone poking you to cause you to act, because at that point right now you're being controlled and they have the stronger mind in that situation. So number one, once you give up responsibility for your actions, then you're out of control. So you cannot blame your actions on other people. That's number one. But the second part of it is, I mean, yes, we know that. We know for a fact that, you know, we know for a fact that Mel has activated her flock, her following, her deplorables, to act. She's done that. I've said it 1,000 times, and this is the case. Mel and Martell struck one little match and they threw it into a forest of trees. That match turned into a blazing fire. They walked away. And so now the malometers, they're just, you know, they just got their agency of deplorability, and they're just trying to attack everybody and anybody, you know,
really
happy with themselves. But at the end of the day, they started it, but Martell, to a certain extent, he's acting like he doesn't care what people think. He cares everything about what people think. He actually doesn't watch the show, but he catches the highlights. He knows everything that's going on in the show. So those things are not true. The truth is that he cares too much about what other people think, and he's trying to control that narrative by getting his story out. He's not doing this to get his kids, because you wouldn't do this to get your kids.
Yeah.
Guys, if you want to hear the rest of what he said, go over there. It's on Carlos King. This is getting too long. All right, talk to y'all later. Bye.
meditate daily. Baby enlightened, baby make racks, baby spend cash, baby go get it and she don't gotta ask. Baby gon' run it up like an athlete, plays gold at the track meet.